warm welcome to Daily Dispatch, a show that gives you all the latest news and updates from the digital ecosystem. I'm Priya Sheth. Thank you very much for logging in. Time now to get you all the top news stories that we've been tracking for you this evening. Well, first up, algorithmic platform Commerce IQ has closed a $60 million Series C funding round. The round will fund international expansion as well as product research and development focused on further maximizing the brand revenue as well as profitability on Amazon, Walmart, Instacart, Target, and other online marketplaces. Commerce IQ also intends to significantly scale its India operations and build a robust team. Moving on to the second headline of the day, US-based small business banking platform Novo has recently secured a $40.7 million Series A round led by Vela Ventures, and this funding will be utilized to expand India operations. Now, presently, Novo has a strength of over 50 employees in India and plans to double it to 100 by FY22. Well, D2C health brand Wellbeing Nutrition has raised a Series A round led by Fireside Ventures. The funds will be used to strengthen their R&D as well as create the next generation of nutraceuticals. Now, Wellbeing claims to have a retail presence across 600 plus stores in India. Moving on to the final headline of the day, Hyderabad-based HR staffing, payroll as well as recruitment firm Big Leap has raised about 5 crore rupees in debt funding. The fund will be used to boost the soon-to-be launched Big Leap artificial intelligence app, which will ease the job search experience. Well, moving on to our second segment, I have with me someone who is working and has grown the brand Bewakoof. I have with me Prabkiran Singh. Thank you very much for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch. I want to begin by asking you about how Bewakoof have done over the last couple of months, considering that most sales have happened through the online medium. So, did you also see a big spurt as far as overall sales are concerned in the online channel?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. Regarding our growth, so last few years have been phenomenal for us. Even during COVID, definitely one angle is that because sales have shifted online, all the businesses should be able to grow. But fashion segment has been affected because people go out lesser, and the people generally the overall market has not grown that much. Despite that, Bewakoof has been able to grow. Coming to your question, last 3-4 months, we have grown by almost 50%. And the key reason behind is some of the growth initiatives that Bewakoof had have really paid off. When first wave happened, we were the first one to launch printed masks in the country. Because of our agile supply chain, we could very quickly we doubled down on making loungewear because of work from home. The category became really big, and we could capitalize on that. Third, we launched ethnic wear during the festival season. And now also one thing about Bewakoof is Bewakoof always has been contemporary. So anything happens in India, whatever is the pulse of the youth, whatever youth is excited about, we always have a collection around it. Even this month, we launched a Pride collection celebrating the Pride month. Last month, we launched the official collaboration with Coca-Cola. We launched the official merchandise of Coca-Cola in India. So all these growth initiatives have, in a way, compensated for the impact that the fashion segment had.
When you talk about the kind of growth and expansion in 2021, we're seeing a lot of brands launch new categories, diversify their portfolio, considering that there is a lot of shopping still happening online. Right. So at Bewakoof, are you looking at more diversification in terms of more categories of launch?
Yeah, definitely. That is one of the key priorities. If you look at Bewakoof, so we have built a 200 crore plus revenue business just working in few categories. So within 8-10 categories in fashion, we are able to do this much scale. And now the big growth potential lies in expanding newer categories. So we always want to build the core and expand for more, the things that are in pipeline. So within casual wear, we are yet to go into outerwear. So far we do most of the comfort wear, t-shirts, boxers, pajama, joggers, men, women, some bit of accessories. But the growth opportunity is to get into casual wear, do more of outerwear, denims, chinos. Then we are getting into innerwear also. We are getting into active wear. This year, we're getting into personal care also. So a lot of new initiatives are there when it comes to category expansion.
So for these kind of aggressive expansion plans that you've lined up, there is, of
Mhm.
course, I'm sure, a need for investment and to scale up your manufacturing facilities. You mentioned that personal care is one category also that you'll be getting in. So
Mhm.
what would be your plan in terms of expansion of facilities and investment into these?
Right. If I have to take a step back and then talk about what are the overall expansion areas for us. One expansion area for Bewakoof has been expanding our Tribe program. So Tribe program is our membership program where people pay money upfront and they get benefits throughout the year. It's more of like the Amazon Prime program. And today, 25% of the sale is coming from the Tribe program. This program was launched just a year back and is a big hit. That is one area of focus. The second is category. On category side, when we expand categories, so not everything we are manufacturing ourselves. A lot of things we are outsourcing also. So there, the money required in expansion won't be a lot because we have to just spend on working capital, and we are not a high burn business. So the expansion does not require and growth does not require a lot of capital from our end. So that's the second area of focus. The third area of investment for us is going to be branding. So today, if you look at Bewakoof, we are one of the rare D2C brands who do 90%, more than 90% of the sale on their own platform. If I have to give an analogy, so it's like a shop situated somewhere on some small street in a city, and the product proposition is so good that people are discovering it and people are going to the shop and buying. So now is the time when we do spend on brand, we do brand awareness, and we do take a product on wider distribution on other marketplaces, and so that the product discovery happens. So these are some of the areas, and and also talking on the brand side. So we initially we partnered with Rajkumar Rao, and we started digital campaign with them. We'll be coming out with a TV campaign this year on the brand awareness side. So these are going to be the broadly the expansion areas for us.
What do you think is that one factor that's possibly helped you achieve this kind of USP, considering that you said 90% of your sales are happening via your own platform?
Mhm.
This perhaps is not very common with a lot of brands available online where they're seeing more sales via the marketplace model. So do you think is that one thing that's helped you capture this kind of audience on your own platform?
Right. So there are two, three things. I think first begins with the fact that our core DNA is technology. The way we look at brand building, the way we look at creating, crafting a story, the way we engage with consumers, everything stems from technology. So we started building D2C brand when the term was not there. Back in 2012, we used to call it internet brand, and then eventually over after 2015-16, the term D2C came. And back then, we looked at the fundamentals. So we looked at how we can use technology at every step of making the brand. So when it comes to design, we don't launch anything without taking feedback from the consumer. So we created a feature on Bewakoof itself, where every design that we create in-house is first put out for voting to the actual consumers. And based on the votes, the good designs only, the ones with higher votes only, they go into production. So this way, we have used technology when it comes to design, when it comes to supply chain, when it comes to each and every aspect of the business. So that has been one of the key strengths in getting more sales on our own platform. The second is there should be a reason why people should keep your app. Right? If your use case is, even if in the fashion industry, if a use case is you buy maybe 3 to 4 times a year, then why should anyone keep your app? Now we started engineering a lot of use cases where what do we give to consumer that consumer comes back every day. So we made a feature like vote for design. So people, even if they're not buying, they're coming and voting. It's an engaging feature for them. Recently, we launched one feature called B Shorts. Now B Shorts is a feature where we create a lot of content. We create a lot of content with influencers. The content could be on fashion, it could be on entertainment. The whole idea is how do you bring together entertainment, content, and commerce? How do you bring all these three things together? So on the platform, even if our idea is not for the users to come and buy every time, the idea is for them to come and have a good time. And that is something that is tied with the overall purpose of Bewakoof. Bewakoof's purpose is adding lightheartedness to life. And everything that we do now, if you start looking at things, what Bewakoof does, be it adding expression to products, be it making the shopping experiences more fun, be it the kind of content we do on social media and also on the B Shorts feature that we have launched. Everywhere, the idea is how do we add more lightheartedness to life, and that's what we focus on doing.
In terms of overall revenue growth, I believe that you are looking at aggressive revenue growth as well. So, what kind of targets are you working with on a year-on-year basis?
Right. So at our scale, so right now our run rate is we are doing 300 crores in gross sales. And our target in the next 4 years is to touch 2,000 crores.
In the next 4 years, that is.
Yeah.
Is there some target out there?
Yeah. So Bewakoof till date has acquired 3 million users, 30 lakh. And if you look at the ecosystem, so right now there are more than 10 crore transacting e-commerce users in India. Bewakoof as a brand is definitely relevant for at least 20% of the audience, the total number that we are talking about. So that makes a number overall target market of 2 crore people. So our target in the next 4 years is to, even if we are from 30 lakh, we are able to grow to 1 crore, we'll be able to achieve our target because people are buying more and more from us. The lifetime value of customer is increasing with us. They're buying more part of their wardrobe from us. So even targeting 1 crore people will help us achieve our targets. But our target is to target 2 crore transacting users in 4 years. Yeah.
I had one question as far as fundraise is concerned. I believe that 30 crore rupees is what you all had raised in March earlier this year. So
Right.
What kind of targets are you having as far as fundraise is concerned? Have you been speaking to investors right now?
Right. So we just raised capital 2 months back. So we are still capitalized and have a long runway. And as I said, we are not a high cash burn business. But we have plans for a bigger raise. And our plan is to raise $30-40 million by the end of this year itself. That's one thing we're targeting. And the focus of the fundraise is one area already covered: category expansion, branding. The third important piece for us is technology. And the fourth piece is institution building. We want to get great talent on board, start thinking much long term. So these are some of the areas where we plan to invest.
Any plans for a larger retail presence in the offline space?
Not next couple of years. We see a lot of room for growth on our own platform with the category expansion, the pipeline we have. We see a lot of growth happening with the use of technology, with the engaging features around content, around gamification we are creating. We have yet not launched on marketplaces. So you can imagine the growth potential. If this much sale we are doing on our own platform, what will happen when we launch on marketplaces? We just did a pilot 3 months back. We started doing some of the marketplaces, and there also we are seeing phenomenal response. So I think next 2 years is about focusing on building our playing on a strength of digital DNA, and we see a lot of room for growth is there. And we don't feel that even till 1,000 crore, definitely we don't need to go offline. We see that much growth coming online itself.
All right, Kiran, thank you very much for joining us today on the Daily Dispatch, and we wish you all the very best for your growth plans and strategies going forward. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Time now to say goodbye. Many thanks for joining us on this edition of the Daily Dispatch. I'll catch you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Goodbye and stay safe.